Welcome back to another edition of the Pitch Putt and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka Rgb. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Before we get rolling with our guest, we've got to take a quick second and give a shout out to some sponsors. Make sure you guys check out golfercbd.com. Golfercbd.com offers a bunch of different options. They have the recovery cream, the performance cream, the gummies, the performance spray, as well as the topicals. The topicals are really where it's at. You got to check out the topicals. I have some of the recovery cream right here. Been using it on my knees. Been bothering me a couple days, so I've been using it there. The topicals, they're truly a game changer with their patented delivery technology. They're strokes ahead of the competition, delivering 10 times more CBD directly to the muscles and joints than the traditional balms and creams. The Golfer CBD topicals are easy to apply in the course, absorb quickly, do not leave any sticky residue, making this addition to your golf bag perfectly essential to the toolkit. So make sure you guys check out golfercbd.com, promo code PPP10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. PPP10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. Also, check out 420 Bliss. 420 Bliss is located at 740 Hoosick Road in Troy, New York. Make sure you stop in there and check them out right up in the Walmart Plaza. Everything you're looking for, flowers, pre-rolls, edibles, tinctures, vapes, you name it, they got it. If you want to go online, place a delivery order, 420-bliss.com, as well as their app, now available in the App Store, just a little higher. Make sure when you're on the app, you're using the 420 Bliss in Troy location. And then last but not least, we got Trouble Off the Tee, TroubleOffTheTee.com, promo code RGB for 15% off, site-wide, as well as promo code PUFF, buy one, get one free on the polos. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. And then we got the book, the Marty Minden, the author. Check that out, available on Spotify and on Audible. Marty Minden is the author, narrated by Jake Adams from Country Club Adjacent. Go give that a listen. It's a great listen. Probably go about 4 hours, 4 hours or so. One of those books that when you're listening, you want to drive around the block one or two more times to finish the chapter. We're going to take a quick break and we'll get rolling with our guest. Welcome back to another edition of the Pitch Putt and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Joining me tonight, got my co-host Jay. What up, Jay?
Yo, what up?
And then joining us, we have a guest this evening. Met him this past week at the Cannabis Cup, hosted by New York Autoflower, Helium Collective and Company. We got Drew Cody, world's longest drive. What's up, man?
Yo, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. Appreciate you jumping on. It was a pleasure meeting you the other day and watching what you do. Not too many times I see a golf ball get hit about 350, 400 yards and stick in the middle of the fairway. So that was pretty impressive, man. It literally plugged. Like, I think we were about, I don't know, like 120 out, if that. And it was stuck in the middle of the fairway. Evan from the Helium Collective took a picture of it. I don't know if he sent it to you.
Yeah, he sent it to me. That was cool. But the pleasure was mine, man. It's likewise. It's a pleasure to meet you guys, for sure.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into golf and the whole the longest drive thing?
Dude, it's kind of crazy. So, of course, coming from a, baseball background, that's a whole nother story, deep diving in that. But took some years off. I guess I'll get the quick sentimental story out the way. Golf was me and my father's game. My father taught me how to play when I was 12 years old. Played with him and my grandfather all the way till I was about 16. Had some promise in baseball, so golf wasn't necessarily my thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm older now, so I'm 38. Actually picked it back up 2 years ago. After my father passed about 8 years ago, just didn't think I'd be able to play the game. Because it's been years. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like, it's our thing, right?
Yep.
So after you pass, I just didn't, think I'd actually be able to play the game again. And friend of mine convinced me to get back into it. It worked, different than what I thought it would be. It actually was a time of bonding that I felt like, man, this is kind of cool. I can feel my father here with me. And then, I would just go every day. And I just started noticing as I was like warming up on the tee box or at the first hole at the course, people would like get out and just watch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd always like have this gallery around the first tee or when I was on the driving range, and they would say stuff like, "Woo, that smoked that one," or whatever the case may be. And I'm not thinking, bro. I'm just getting back into golf, right?
Right.
So long story short, my friend tells me, he's like, "Bro, never in my life have I seen anybody hit a golf ball." And I didn't really buy into it. But I got into a world long drive, which was the PLDA at that point. But the equivalent of what world long drive is now. the upper echelon of the sport at the time. And I got into a competition there and I actually pulled it off and won it. It's with the ugliest swing I've ever had in my life. You can actually find that on YouTube.
Okay.
It was a 459-yard drive. That was actually my very first tournament. And after I won that tournament, I got into the sport. So
459 yards. Like, people have to put that in perspective by like football fields, I feel like.
Right.
Like, you lay out 4.5, almost 5 football fields, bro. Like that, you say that shit out loud, it doesn't make sense, man.
Yeah.
You really don't.
And then you got to keep it within like a parameter of like 50 yards.
Oh my! So basically, you're hitting into
smaller,
a football field.
Yeah, sometimes smaller. Sometimes they'll give you a little more. You get closer to 55, 60 yards at some points. But for the most part, the average grid is probably about 50 yards wide. So yeah, it's shooting it straight down the football field. It's got to land within the football field, and it's got to settle within the football field.
So how do you go and like? All right, so there's not too many driving ranges that have a 500-yard carry like distance. So what do you do for like when you go to practice?
Well, luckily, I have one of my sponsors, Golf Barn. They're here. They have an indoor facility that I get a chance to work with my golf coach, Brad Phillips. But at the same time, there's courses here that they don't mind. I mean, one of my sponsors lives at the very end of a nice driving range I go to.
All right.
And, I try to tag his house. I mean, he's about 400 and some change away. So, I got the leeway to go at it out there. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, there's places to get work in. It's crazy. It's more so conditioning the body and recovering, bro. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, what's like the workout regimen to do something like this?
So it varies, right? So I guess it's a great place for me to shout out some of my sponsors, but one of my sponsors, Change the Game Performance Therapy. They're a group of physical therapists that have a program designed for golfers and a lot of other athletes, but it worked out for me because I get a chance to work with my trainer Shelby when I get an opportunity, and she maps out my workout plan when it comes to whatever I'm doing is motion and stretching and just really mapping out something to protect me as well as kind of nurse some of those old injuries back to health so that I could be performing at tip top shape. So it's strenuous, right? But once you're in the mode of swinging, baby, you swinging.
Mm-hmm.
You're swinging. I don't really pick up weights anymore right now. That's why I like towards the end of the year, I always feel like I'm just fat. But, because I can't I don't want to pick up weights in the middle of the season to pull something, hurt something. So
right.
I don't
or
do
even start to stiffen up, and you get I used to work out before going to play. I was a basketball player. I used to go work out before playing basketball. Then I go shoot a jump shot, and it's like I'm shooting a medicine ball and just launching it across the
right.
gym or coming up short, like that kind of thing. So
it's definitely different. It's like right now I got 3 weeks before the World Championship, so I'm just gonna be doing a lot of stretching, a lot of band work. If I can fit some heavy lifts in, maybe some squats, maybe some stuff like that, just to kind of get some more explosive power, maintain a little bit. But I mean, right at this point in the season, you're just really just trying to give it everything you can, and you don't want to risk injury too much.
Right. So where is the competition this year?
So this one's going to be in Atlanta. Last year it was at the Bobby Jones course. I think the course this time is called Eagles Landing. Supposedly real cool situation. Going to be on ESPN again. It's also, I think from what I saw, they're actually opening up the back veranda, and it's elevated, and everybody's going to be hitting off the veranda into the course or whatever like that. And that's how. So people are going to be able to sit inside the actual clubhouse and watch this whole show go down. I think it's going to be a cool production.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's dope. So how did you get involved in the Cannabis Cup this past week?
Dude, so honestly, how that came about is I really got in the off season of last year. I tried to increase my social media presence a little bit as far as being more visible. So I used to do a lot of lives, a lot of podcasting myself, which I can't wait to get back to that. But as you guys know, because you do this, setting aside time and getting the time to do it that's the hardest part, right? Because you still have your day-to-day life that you have to maintain. So, it's one of those things that where now I don't have as much time, but I was doing a lot of that, and they were just one of my people. I mean, I think they could clearly see I was a supporter of a movement, you know what I'm saying? And we used to just talk back and forth, and they were talking about how they had this vision that they were trying to, I guess you could say normalize the use of cannabis in the game of golf, like make it a little bit more widely acceptable. Especially because, I guess New York is not too long ago took that stigma off and allowed it to be legal in the state. So I know that was part of their focus. With me in the golf industry, I thought that worked synergetically because I work with a lot of veterans. I work with a lot of causes. I honestly see the benefit in cannabis versus just the recreational use. And I can see a lot of its benefits in the game and how it can actually help and probably does help a lot of golfers.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, with us, what we do is the pitch, putt, and putt. There's we have 8 guys, 8 to 12 guys every week. We go out, we throw a couple bucks on it, we play our round. We come back in, we pull a card. Whoever has the king, ace, whatever, that's your team. Lowest score wins. So it's just really, then we throw a couple extra bucks on it for skins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's all the same guys every week. We're all doing the same thing. We're out there, and like now you notice it more too. Like before, it was really just like us out there smoking and shit.
Right.
But now you go out there and like I played with a group of younger kids in their early 20s the other day. They're sitting there like, hey, do you care if we smoke? I'm like, buddy, look at the towel on the back. I got the pitch, putt, and puff towel on the back. I'm like, I don't care. You do what you do, But then you're also out there and you see the older guys like maybe hitting a vape or like edibles before a round or just to take their, relieve some pain or CBD gummies or anything like that. If they did that 5-10 years ago, I'd be like, oh, you're smoking, you're doing weed, all this kind of thing. They'd be looked at a different way. It's so crazy.
It's so crazy because, and that's the one thing I learned, like in the golf industry and always, going from place to place and going from states where it's legal and then states where it's still not legal. It's like, you go to the course and it's hush. It's like, shh, shh, shh. It's like, dude, that's so weird that y'all are like hush, hush over this. Like you're in God's green earth on this nature, looking at this beautiful landscape on this golf course, and you feel like you got to bottle yourself up and can't be yourself and really enjoy and relax yourself. So it's weird. I love traveling and seeing the different. But the one common thing is that they all smoke. I mean,
everybody.
Old. It is what it is, and you'll get enthralled and entrapped into a conversation about why they do and what it does for their game and blah 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 blah. And it's got a lot of benefits to it, So and I'm a supporter of anybody who wants to legally do your thing. Kudos to New York for taking the ban off of it and letting people medicate the right way.
Absolutely. Instead of popping those hydros and everything else, and then they're hooked, and then it's the whole nightmare after that.
People are on those opiates like crazy, man.
We see it up here in New York. It's been a little bit better, but in the past 10 years, the whole opioid epidemic has just been insane.
Bro, I played baseball up there.
Okay.
So and I remember there was a season where we won the World Series in 2012, right? And the whole team basically was screwed up off of hydros, bro. And it's the truth. I was one of those guys that just never really got into it because I was always scared of pills. You know what I'm saying?
Too. Yep, I know exactly what you're saying.
But I mean, literally, it helped people's careers a little bit to continue to go on. But like literally after the season, there was mad people in rehab.
Mm-hmm.
And that was probably, like I said, that was 12, so probably about 12 years ago.
Yeah. I had an injury probably, early 2000s, 2005, 6, and the doctor prescribed me hydros. I never really pills, nothing. I always just smoked weed is all I ever did.
Sure.
And I took a couple of the prescribed hydros, and dude, I went down to a buddy's house. I called my mother to come pick me up because I was terrible. I was itching and all this. I'm like, yo, Mom, you got to come get me. Like I don't know what's going on. I went home. I just tried to go right to sleep. I was like, I don't ever want to feel like that again. Yeah. So I'll smoke a joint to deal with this pain and pop a gummy opposed to taking those pills every single time.
Yeah, dude, it's just crazy, bro. Like literally, it's so funny, right? It's the powers that be will let. And no offense to anybody who does anything, you do what you want to. It's a grown man's. You make decisions on what you want to do. But they'll sell like alcohol and they'll sell cigarettes, and that's been legal forever. And all we know that stuff in personal families and a lot of situations that stuff's been toxic. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if you got a balance on it in your life, for sure. Do what you do. But, you know, we know that a lot of people can fall out of balance with those things. And, you know, you don't never really see that with cannabis, bro.
Right.
You don't see anybody just, I mean, you might see that young kid that's just got it's like his new girlfriend. It's like, I'm getting high now, so I'm going to smoke as much weed as I can. And he might abuse it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But even then, like, what is he going to do? Just, you know, go sit down and chill out.
That's it.
You know?
That's it. If anything, they're going to eat something and go to sleep.
Like, yeah, go chill out, bro. So, you know, that's kind of where, you know, it's just funny how there's still like states that exist in the United States that just frown upon it like it's the gateway drug when we clearly see that that's not what it is. So in the golf industry, bro, I tell you this much, due to professionalism, right? Mm-hmm. And still trying to, you know, for sure be as natural as can be, but have some integrity for some of the sponsors that I still have. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, 100%.
I keep everything G.
Yep.
You know, but I mean, yeah, there's tons of people that are. I mean, I don't really know much of the majority of the population in the golf industry that I know of does.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing, like with the whole sponsorship side of it too. It's still like, it's tough because like I'm at the point now too, like where if I reach out to somebody and ask them to come on the podcast, like, oh, we can't mess with cannabis kind of thing. Like I'm only messing with people who want to mess with me. I'm not chasing anybody. I'm not going to beg anybody. Like, and if you're upfront with your sponsors and like, listen, this is who we are, this is what we do, kind of thing, they respect that even more to the point where it's an easier relationship down the road.
It's one of those things to where it's like this. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think that there's a sponsor that I have at this point that's just anti, you know, but what I would say is just because it's like, as you continue to evolve in the sector, right, you can't just blow the doors down. It sucks because that's what we want to do, right? It's just like a lot of different walks of life, right? It kind of rubs people a little bit of the wrong way when it's like, hey, you know, we're learning, we're wising up to life, and now we're just gonna come down and blow the door down and say everybody's got to accept how I live, bro. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough if you put it in different perspectives, right? It could be tough. It can be tough. So it's like you kind of got to introduce it in a way to where it's kind of easy to digest in certain places in corporate America, but for the most part, everybody's with the program now. You know, everybody's with the program now. It's just really weird. You know, you'll run across that one company or that one market that feels like, you know, that still has those old mindsets and ideologies, and the next thing you know, they're gonna do the whole "we live in the cancel culture" freaking place. You know, we're kind of old school, so I'm gonna keep it real. I say some stuff and talk how I shouldn't talk that would be much more offensive to this new generation, you know, in my personal time. But for the most part, I still try to be respectful of everyone. But you know how it is. We used to say things that just we learn as we get older, but it was just like our natural vernacular to say that.
Yep. 100%.
You understand?
Yeah, absolutely. We just listened to a podcast. They were talking about that the other day. The things we used to say to our buddies as a kid, like you say that now in a public thing, you're going to be looked at like you're crazy. It's nuts. It's just crazy.
It's crazy. But you know what? I will say this. We look at it like, yo, why is the world so sensitive? You know what I'm saying? But in the same sense, right? If we continue to mature and to grow as people, we want to continuously not offend people, right? So we kind of see it two different ways. That's just
I guess so.
Yeah, because we used to say stuff like you're slow. You remember when we say stuff like that, or we would use other words that I'm not going to use right now.
Yeah, like the R word and stuff.
The R word. That was that was just so natural. Like you're
natural.
You know, it was just so, and it meant nothing. It meant no harm. But like, right? It's so crazy because as lighthearted as it is, there's somebody who takes offense to it.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know,
absolutely, it is what it is. So you got the event coming up, going to be on ESPN. What else you got going on that people should know about?
So, bro, I tell you, I'm being a really busy guy. I've got that going on. Of course, I'm still working with New York's Auto Flowers, and we're trying to continue to push this initiative. I mean, I would love to talk about the event. I thought that was cool. We'll definitely
that was great.
But working with them to further, push the initiative, continue to grow what we're trying to do and what you all are a part of. It's a big team up there. So I'm definitely trying to be as involved in that as I can. Also, just kind of, continuously merging the game of golf in certain sections, more of those underprivileged sections. It doesn't, it's like when people say underprivileged, they always think, there's a color attached to it, but there's lots of underprivileged in the world. White, blacks, Hispanic, Asian, just those population. Because now that you guys play a lot of golf, you understand how expensive the sport is.
Oh, yeah.
And even if you did play before, I mean, the game's always been an expensive game. It's not something that, the kid down the street who's having a hard time and needs a release. He's not going to go pick up a golf club and be accepted in a golf club and go hit balls. That's not how that works.
Yep.
It's still one of those social things. It's still one of those cliquey things. It's getting better. But as I travel, like I say, you see it's still very relevant, still really prevalent. So I'll be working with some of those guys in the HBCUs, which is also, bringing it up to the African-American community. We've got some things that I can't really bring up too much, but we'll be in the forefront of the actual professional sport of long drive. There's going to be some changes that are going on. And I'm very grateful to be involved with some people that's getting ready to make some big things happen in the sport. So a lot of things going on, man. Always continuously working to continue to raise money for charity for different places and different things. That's one of the things I love about this the most, is that I get a chance to get attached to so many people that have so many causes. And it's kind of like, dang, you fall in love with each charity that you work with. I mean, it's the business, right? I'm an entertainer, so I'm a hired gun to come bring in entertainment. Right. But as an entertainer who helps raise funds, you really get attached to some of these brilliant kids, a lot of our veterans, so just staying as much involved in the community as I can, kick butt on the last part of the tour, and see what else comes up next, man.
That's what's up, man. So what did you think of the tournament?
Fire. I got some things though, because I'm all right. We keep it unfiltered and real on this thing, right?
Always.
All right, so I thought that it was an amazing venue. I traveled the United States doing these type of things, and there's some things that were, of course, missing. But I feel like actually knowing the backstory of what was done to make this a success. First off, I want to say, shout out to New York's Auto Flowers and Seeds for actually having the guts to put something together like this, because you still work against controversy when it comes to golf courses with their stigmas allowing people to come and just have a cannabis type. Those people sometimes still have thoughts in the back of their head. Their members may feel some type of way about it. So even finding a venue that will allow it was cool.
Yep.
All right, this is where it goes. Where I see the things that could have had some improvement. Now, also, it's a first year tournament. So my experience with first year tournaments, they either make it or break it. And in my assessment, they totally made it. There was some screw ups on play. There was a lot of things. So they don't do this, right? I told them the next year when we do this, let me handle that part, because the only things that went amiss in that whole process was just the golf course should have helped them out a little bit more.
Right. Build the structure. Are we doing a 4-man? We didn't know if we were doing a scramble or if we were playing a one ball, like playing your ball, until we got there. Like we didn't know what was going on.
Those things were already like said that it would be a shotgun start.
Yeah, that's right.
We know that saves time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be a shotgun start, and it also was supposed to be a best ball, like a scramble. Yes.
Yeah.
And things changed on them, when they got there. Even to the event that where, there's a lot of things that people don't know. So I say, don't judge it too harshly, but like they didn't even allow them to have spectator tickets. You know how many people were going to actually come just to be in a spectator position? They didn't want to play. They wanted to be a part of this movement, right?
Right.
So they disabled them from being able to have that, you know. So that kind of kills the vibe too, because if you're not swinging the stick and playing to be on the team, you can't enjoy the experience. And I think that's kind of the trend that we're trying to show people, that like these clubs, these golf courses, get into it, but it's also a fun situation. They didn't get a chance to do that. They didn't really have their banquet set situated like they should have, you know. That was something that they didn't know, but that's something that I also learned, that, you know, it was kind of done poorly and unjustly for them. So everything that I saw when it comes to that tournament that was amiss were kind of something that I would have held the golf pro responsible for helping the people organize the event. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you've never done one before.
Right.
That's your job. They actually go to school to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's what a PGA professional is. Like when people think, oh, you know, I got a PGA professional, that's one thing. They should be able to teach and all of that good stuff. But literally, if you talk to most of them, they'll let you know it's just they learned how to keep books and run a golf course. Run a golf course.
Yeah. Yep.
So, you know, when they did the tournament, you know, I feel like, you know, you put that in a position where people can like, that's like if I need some work and I go see the doctor, you know, I shouldn't have to show you where to cut.
Right. Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you where it hurts, but you got to do the rest from there.
I shouldn't show you where to cut. I'm just telling you, like, yo, I need surgery, so, you know, do what I need you to do, and I'm trusting you do your part. So I kind of feel like, you know, on a standpoint, and this is just being honest, this is my opinion, on a standpoint of the course being beautiful, oh man, I give that course like a good strong 9. Like literally, the conditions really nice. Okay. I give the staff, they did a great job. They were friendly to me, you know what I'm saying? But I also give the operation of how that thing went, I give that really like a D.
Yeah.
And my grading scale, you know, because you can make or break a tournament, and they know that. They know
the whole
that.
experience. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing though, like everything you mentioned though, the best part about it, it's all fixable. It's all
for sure.
fixable. You know what I mean? It's the organization.
We're working on it now. Yeah.
And the tough thing too is every time I would post that video or the flyer, I got flagged every time. Every time I'm getting flagged for it. So obviously it's not going to catch the algorithm to get enough, you know, a bunch of people to see it as well. So because I think we're expecting
getting flagged.
It was getting flagged. Yeah, I'm shit for having the cannabis, anything cannabis related. I get flagged for it. My page is shadow banned a little bit. It's crazy, dude. Like it's absolutely crazy.
So crazy that you can in today's society and you can get flagged.
So this used to be my logo. I had to change it to the black with the smoke in the background with the microphone now, just with just the letters, because every time I posted that picture of the golf ball smoking a joint, it would get taken off of. I'd get a this content warning. I'm like, damn, man. You
better stop introducing these kids to the gateway. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, right. Like I'm like, dude, it's crazy. I'm like, come on, man. I don't even got 2,000 followers. Why are you bothering me? Leave me alone.
This is crazy, right? No, but I mean, literally, bro, I thought it was a great event. I know for a fact that next year's going to be crazy. There's people already talking about the next person. What I know what we are doing to work on the next one for sure is we're getting, we're gonna see what's up with the venue, okay? Because one thing we're gonna have to make sure, right? This is a party, bro. Okay.
Yeah, it's
nothing like you've ever seen. Listen, golf is taking a turn. Everybody tunes in for waste management. We're not gonna be waste management because we ain't them tight. We ain't finna tear your stuff up.
Right.
But people like to have fun. They like to see the game. They like to be around the game. Now people are more interested in learning the game. And if it's cannabis that helps bring more people to the game, that's even cooler. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, like, let the people come. Like, you don't have to necessarily play because they could even raise more money. Just by letting, you know, if you think about that, you could have had literally, you know, so many people sign up and play. And then that's another thing. The first year always sucks on participation. Now, the thing is, I know, you know, sitting and talking, it's a first time thing. It seems like the community out there is very connected as well. But like, I know they sent out a lot of information to all the dispensaries and stuff like that. They reached out to these people to try to get them involved. But I think now sometimes it's just got to be initiated for people to catch on. You know what I'm saying? First year's happen. It's got to have its blues. And then people are like, yo, I heard that was live. It was some things that I really want to be. I mean, come on, it was so much smoke in the building, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was so much smoke in the building. Like literally, if you would have just paid to be a spectator, right, you would have got in and so much smoke for the rest of the day. Like,
Yeah, you were golden. Like, you were set
you were
up. Even
good.
you were good.
Yo,
The
you and your
gift
friends
bags were hooked up. It were
day, and
good.
y'all know for a fact that y'all gonna be around the Cannabis Open next year. You get your spectator ticket right now because it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be even crazier. I know some things that we got in line that I'm telling you, it's gonna be it. This year was just scratching the surface.
Yeah, I just think too, we got to try to get it to like a Friday or Monday,
Right.
or on a weekend. That way,
Well,
you're gonna get the Thursday was tough.
This exactly. This is my thing. But see, let me tell you, there was a lot of things, bro. Like they were trying to do a lot of things 2-3 months out. And you know how it is, it's upstate New York. So where everybody else is playing golf and chilling, like they're not working at the golf course like that because it's still snow on the ground.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't really have people out there like that. So it was a lot of things that they were trying to get coordinated with the golf course and couldn't ever get in touch with anybody. Like I told them months ago to change the date. They tried. So, you know, I tell them this, you know, and this is just public knowledge for anybody who's putting together a tournament. Most country clubs shut down on Monday because they do their maintenance, their course maintenance on Monday. And those are the times where they'll normally rent out the course to people and let them do what they want to do.
Yep. Yep.
And Monday's really easy for people too. Like Thursday's tough, but they wouldn't help them out. I mean, honestly, man, they get a D on some things, bro. They didn't really help them out. I was around because I remember there was a time I was sending messages like crazy, like, yo, what are we doing on a date? Can we move the date? And they're like, listen, we are trying our best to get in touch with dude. And I was like, yeah, that sucks. But that's also the struggle of upstate New York, right?
Right. That's what it is. I mean, maybe a new venue isn't a bad idea. I have some connections that's in places that might let us stretch some things out. So I'll get in contact with Joe. Joe was actually my first guest I ever had on the podcast.
Nice. Where's Joe from?
Joe from New York Autoflower.
Oh, Joe. You talking about Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure,
yeah,
sure.
From New York Autoflower. He was my first guest ever. I ran into him randomly at he was at a fair. It was the Columbia County Fair. I went up, met my wife and daughter up there, and we parked in two separate places. So when I was leaving, I went the wrong way and accidentally bumped into him. So I just stopped and talked to him for a couple minutes, and then he's great, man. And I was just getting the podcast going. I was like, yo, would be interested in coming on? Like, I didn't know how to interview people or do anything like that. So I was like, let's try it out. And then from there, kind of snowballed from there. But
dude, I think it's sick. I think it's sick. What you guys got going on up there I think it's gonna catch the wave for sure, because it's like it's kind of the direction that life's going. With me being in the industry, like it's kind of that it's like you're catching a good time to really get involved. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. And that's why I did the podcast, to be, the pitch, putt, and puff, to be a little bit different.
Right.
It's who we are. We don't hide. It's what we do. So it is what it is at this point. I don't care anymore. I used to care because I don't want people to judge me, but now it really doesn't matter.
Nah, beat John Daly, bro. But man ain't never cared. He smokes cigarettes and drink on the course. He don't care, bro. And he don't care. And everybody
living his best life.
You know what I mean? And that's because John Daly's just real. He just is who he is, bro. He don't care.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Drew, I really appreciate your time, man. I'm going to wrap this up with 3 questions. I'm assuming this one's going to be pretty easy for you, though. What's your favorite club in your bag?
In my bag?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with my Triple Diamond Paradigm 8 degree tuned down to 6 degrees via my sponsor club Champion. Also provided a shaft of an Acra IW4 M0 shaft given to me by the sponsor with Acra. 2 great companies. That's my best weapon. I mean, if you tally the number up on that thing's more expensive than a golf bag sometimes.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. These things are lightning, though. I mean, it's so hard to say what you love, though, right? Because literally, fun fact, I'm a better golfer than I am a long driver.
No shit. What's your handicap?
It's like a +2 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I shoot pretty low. I'm really nice with my irons. I'm pretty nice with my wedges. I mean, if I'm doing well and can be consistent with my, putting game. That's something that you just got to work on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get a chance to work on it as much right now because it's long. I did that, and it kind of takes you out of long drive because you slow down, and
Right.
it's got to get to the championship. So I got to put the other sticks away and just pick up nothing but driver right now. So that's that for sure. The driver.
That's the swing. Yeah. No doubt. And then what's your favorite course you've ever played?
So I live right here by Pinehurst. That was a great experience. That was one of my favorites. I played Sedgefield too. I'm gonna have to say, bro, it has to be Pinehurst.
Okay. Yeah, that's a tough one to beat.
Number 2.
That's a tough one to beat right there.
The dome-shaped greens.
That's so sick.
You got to be a dot kid.
Yeah, man. I say, my short game ain't good enough for that joint. No
bro,
way.
I'm not that kind of dot either. You guys are different, bro. You hold those greens. You got to hit it in the window, and you got to play. You got to be good. You got to be good.
Yep. And then to round out your dream foursome, who would be 3 people to round out your dream foursome?
Ooh, let's go. Okay. So I actually have a good friend of mine who hit the ball over Niagara Falls. His name's Maurice Allen. I gotta throw my man's in the mix because just because he's just a legend in himself, right? I would have to put him down. So he's one of the long drive guys that's done some great things in the sport. So I gotta put another one of me with this. It's me, of course. I mean, come on, bro. You do not go play without the GOAT. You guys knew that he was coming out. I mean, literally, my whole team is almost black, all right? No Larry Bird. I got to have a Larry Bird in the crew, though. So let's see. Oh, I'll tell you who it would be. Dream team, it's 2 guys that I would have to go with. It would either be Jack Nicklaus.
Okay.
Or... Oh, that's a hard 4 spot. That 4 spot's tough because you can go Jack Nicklaus, you can go Lee Trevino. Okay.
It don't even have to be a golfer though. It don't even have to be a golfer.
Oh, then I'm just kicking it with?
Just around the golf, man.
Just around the golf. All right. I'd have to say this would have to be a fun trip. So I'd have to so scrap everybody I just said.
Start it over.
I know, start it all over, bro. We're just talking about a dream foursome. All right, we gotta have to put Charles Barkley on there.
Okay.
Because I know he plays golf, all right? And this would be funny to watch. He's a very funny guy. Okay, I have to include my pop. No lie. Still a sucker for my dad. It's my old man. He put me in on the game. That's crazy. I don't want to play with MJ because he bet too much money. I ain't trying to lose it like that. That's intense. Because I could be crazy, bro. There's some. We have to talk off cue about who my unfiltered 4 would be.
So but I have for my 4
my pop.
Yep.
I got the GOAT, Tiger Woods. I know it doesn't have to be anybody like that. Oh, and then you know what? Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So you're a baseball player growing up, so yeah, that relates.
What? And he stick it pretty good from my understanding. No Diddy.
Yeah. I see that. I've seen he's been playing. He's been out there. It's cool to see like former athletes out there on the golf course. JR Smith.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing some things hopefully with him soon.
Oh hell yeah, he's out there. He's killing it out there. Went back to school to play golf. I mean, how
ain't that cool, bro? So
That's
I
awesome.
live right out here. So I think he's in North Carolina A&T or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah. That's pretty. I think that was pretty cool, and he's a pretty decent golfer from my understanding.
Yeah, he's pretty nice.
Steph Curry,
Steph plays. Tony Romo, Steph. Austin Reeves was out there in the tournament, the dude from the Lakers there. So they're all out there golfing nowadays.
Steph is good, dude. Like he's
legit good.
Dude, like for real. But it's weird. It's like the common thing. It's like people say, you think you can make it in the PGA? That's so hard to say yes.
Right.
I mean, is he good? He's good, but like those guys are good in a different level of good. Like they're different.
If he committed the time and put the time into golf the way he does basketball, he probably could.
He's an
But
athlete, so I wouldn't doubt it. But
yeah,
that grind though, bro,
that's different. That's different.
more people go broke trying to chase it than they do succeeding in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I
Well,
see
Drew, man.
guys all the time, like literally put 10 years solid into it and just can't make it. Just can't make
Yeah.
it. They go to your local course, they'll blow it up. They'll hit 6, 7 under any day of the week. Literally.
Right.
But in a professional atmosphere, in a professional tournament on those courses and that mental and the mindset and the caliber of players that those guys are facing, bro, you're a normal everyday guy. They get together. This is what these pros are. They get together and they all can shoot 5 and 6 under.
Yeah, and that 3-footer when you got big bucks on the line is a different 3-footer when you're just hanging with the boys playing around the golf. You know what I
My
mean?
last tournament, I blew it on the 3-footer.
Ugh.
It's like that. It's like that.
It's like that, man. It's just different. It's a different playing competitive golf. Like even when I started playing in the competitive like men's league,
Yeah,
I started playing different because I started having to look at the game different instead of just trying to hit the ball as far as I can and get it to the green as quick as I can. So, and my man JR helped me out a lot with that.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, you're a long driver," and it's like, truthfully, yes, getting in the greens in regulation is not normally a problem, but being a long hitter too, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble on a golf course.
Yeah,
that's why part of the best parts about being a professional is actually understanding course management and like saying, okay, I can drive this green, but I could also hit a 5-iron 275 yards and just pick up a wedge on my next shot, get on the green in regulation, and bingo.
Right. That's craziness.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
absolutely nuts. I tell you, man. Seeing that ball go that first time you hit it, I didn't see it, but then when I tracked the second one, had a draw to it, everything else, I'm like, dude, that thing is nuked, man. Absolutely nuked. It was crazy.
I know, it's crazy. So I had a tournament. I remember I was telling you I had a tournament that weekend.
Yep.
Yeah. I got caught in that crazy the next day. Remember Friday? That was when that's when the airport went bonkers.
Yeah, no, that's crazy because I was playing golf. We were playing in our league on Friday, and I literally was on like the 18th hole, and I look up, I'm like, I've seen one plane in the sky. I was like, yo, I feel like we haven't seen any planes all day today. Knew nothing about it because I'm at the golf course. I'm not looking at social media, any news, anything like that. And my one buddy goes, yeah, man, the whole grid got shut down. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, man, I had no idea, but yeah, everything. And you were traveling to Baltimore.
Like, oh, I'm the one who's got to fly out and be in competition tomorrow. So ended up having to buy other plane tickets, bro. I ended up having to be at the airport for like 13 hours. And then I finally get to the crib, which luckily the tournament was like 3 hours south. But I had to tee off the next day. So I didn't get to the crib till like 1:30 a.m. that morning, right? Try to go get some sleep, take about an hour to get to the crib, get some sleep, get up like, okay, I got to drive 3 hours to get to competition. So, I felt okay. And then the next thing you know, bro, the monkey just jumped on my back immediately, bro. Ball one, I had no energy. I was shot, bro. So thanks to whoever did that whole whatever went on, that just blew my whole tournament.
That's all right, man. You got 3 weeks to get ready for the next one.
Sure, I ain't worried about it, bro. That's what we all getting ready for anyway. Worlds is where it's all counts, man. So
that's it. We'll be checking you out on ESPN for sure. Why don't you let everybody know where they can find you?
Yo, check me out. You can check me out on I normally post on my Instagram, and that just kind of feeds everywhere else. But if you look up Drew Cody Golf, that's spelled DREWCODY golf, one word, you'll find me either via Instagram, via Facebook, via YouTube. Keep your eyes open. We got a lot of good things coming, a lot of things we're trying to do. Shout out to these boys here, changing the wave. You know what I'm saying? It was a pleasure meeting you guys. I can't wait to actually get more guys on here too. And we can keep this ball rolling, man. It needs to blow up.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, anybody you got, send them that you think would be a good fit for what we're trying to do here, man. For sure, send them my way. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time. We're gonna take a quick break here, and then me and Jay are gonna give a quick preview of this weekend. Drew, once again, appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you, my brother.
Yep. Yeah, thank you.
We're back. I appreciate Drew hopping on. Jay's got the 5 Borough Farms Dutch Masters hat. That shit is dope. Yo, so Jay, I got something real quick. Fairway wanted to get a video out here that he did, that he's been winning lately on Sundays, and he really wants us to know a little something here. So let me just pull up this video quick. It's about 6 minutes long, but I promise you guys, it's worth the 6 minutes. Jay, make sure you can hear this when it plays.
All right.
Okay, guys. Let me tell you a little something about this weekend. I'm gonna play golf. Old guy. 2 weeks in a row.
I can't hear it.
Shot the lowest score.
All right, hold on.
83.
You couldn't hear it?
No.
All right, let's see if I can figure this out.
He's pointing like he's about to talk mad shit.
Yeah, bro, it's so funny. All right, hold on.
Okay, guys. Let me tell you a little something about this weekend. I'm gonna play golf. Old guy. 2 weeks in a row. Shot the lowest score.
I can't hear it still.
83.
Damn, how do I do
Shot
this?
82. Last week, JR, good friend, but shot 85.
Damn. All right, I don't know. Oh man, I gotta figure out how to get that up.
We'll just do a quick seg tomorrow or something.
Yeah, dude, I'll figure that out. I have to get that video up. It's really so dope, dude. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. But we got the 12 guys this week. We got me, you, Bub, Hank, Fairway. Steve, Brad, and Hank are out this week. Kev will be there. Got Anthony and Mikey from upstate. I got Charlie playing. I got Farley and his buddy, and then possibly Evan from Helium. So we should be pretty good to go. Might have one spot to fill. Oh, and Parisi. One spot possibly to fill, but we should be okay.
That's be some tough groupings if you split everybody up.
Well, I'm gonna put Charlie with Anthony because they went to high school together.
Put me with that group. I haven't played with those guys ever.
Okay, I'll put you with them guys. Maybe I'll throw like.
Let's see. Who would fit in?
You played with Bob last week. Parisi's always a good fit with anybody. I'll put you with Fairway. I'm gonna put you with Fairway this week.
All right. Yeah, do Fairway with that group. That's gonna be fucking great.
Yeah, dude,
that's gonna be goated.
That's it. Charlie's good shit.
Time.
Anthony's been playing pretty good too, so that should be interesting.
Barry will get those guys shit
the whole time. The whole time. And then I'll go. Let's see. Let's write this down. We got JR, Fairway, Charlie.
Easy in the same cart.
No, Charlie. I got Charlie. Farina's buddy from high school. Kylie's husband. He played a couple weeks ago. So those two. That's gonna be great. And then let's see here. If Evan plays from Helium, I'll go with him again.
Put Parisi.
Put him with Parisi? Okay. That's good. I gotta be in that group though. I can't leave him hanging.
Yeah, at least put him in your group.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is what we gotta start doing. Just making the most fucked up mixed matches. Oh boy. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Mikey. Give me Mikey.
Yo, Mikey and Panisi.
Yeah. Let's see, because Mikey plays fast, so he'll pick up the pace for Parisi. All right, then we got Bob and Kev, and then Farley and his buddy John. Boom.
Yeah,
That's
have a lot though.
I can switch. Who can I switch? I can switch Parisi and Bob and put Bob with Evan.
And then who would Panisi be with?
He would be with Kev though. because we're on a couple of regulars, so it's going to be guys who are paired up.
Who's in my group? Fairway,
Charlie, and Farina. So I could switch Fairway and Parisi, and then put or I could switch. This bit now we're tricky because Kevin Fairway played together like the past 3 weeks, and Parisi's been in that group too.
I know.
So I could go me, Evan, John, and Farley.
Or why don't you do like Farina, his buddy, Farley, and his buddy?
Okay, I like that. Farley, John, Charlie, and Farina. And then we can go.
Like
Let's
me, Ev. See.
Bub and Parisi.
Yeah, you do those together.
And then it would be me, Mikey, Evan, question mark. Who am I missing?
You're a helium guy, I think.
I got him. Oh, Fairway.
Yeah, you would get a fairway down there.
Fairway would go with Evan.
2 groups and switch the groups.
Yeah, that works out. Me, Mikey, Fairway, and Evan.
Yeah, that's good. My group's Panisi, Bob, and Kev.
Yeah, and then for Farley, John, Charlie, and Farina. That actually works out pretty good.
I haven't rolled with Kev in a long time. I've been playing with him a lot early, and then he kind of got away. So I think it's a good time for me and him to get back into a group.
Yeah, I've been trying to look back and see what I've been doing to mix it up when I do it.
I play with like a lot. Like I know early I played a lot with Kev, and then we didn't play for like a few weeks, I think now. So I think he'd be back in my group's good this week.
Yeah. Me and you usually play like a Friday together and then ride together again on a Sunday, I feel like. And then don't play together again for like 6 weeks.
I'm trying to think after that. I mean, I played with like Hank in a while, I don't think.
Yep. Yeah, I'll keep mixing it up as we go here. But Jay, man, appreciate you hopping on. I'm real pissed I can't get that video to work, dude. I was really looking forward to that, man.
One of these days, we got to get you in a group that's just fucked up, bro, and you just record them the whole time, bro.
Like, the whole time.
You just record them the whole time. Like,
like
Panisi.
Steve. That's the group, man. That is the group. Man. Yo, so what I want to do one week for fun is play from the goals and then have Fairway play the Reds.
Ooh, see how everybody does?
A two-man or a four-man, though, from there.
Oh, yeah, that'd be sick. A 2-man would probably be cool from there. But
right.
I think you should just run the 4-man from, like, Blue Tees or something then.
We can do that, too. Let's do that next week. Run a 4-man from the Blues.
Yeah, we could do that. Fairway gets to play the Whites.
Yeah.
You should definitely try to get, like, 3 or 4 tee times next week if you're going to do that.
Listen, I know Josh is cool with it. If we push it back, I can get 4. We just have to go 10:30ish.
What is it? 9:45?
It's like 10:30, I think. 10 to 10:30 would be.
We're going to send that text out like tomorrow.
We'll talk on. Remind me on Sunday. I'll have the conversation with everybody.
All right.
Because I'd like to even do like a post-round like podcast from the course on Sunday. That way we only have to do a recap.
Yeah, word at night.
Sunday night. All right, Jay. Appreciate you jumping on, homie.
All right. I'll see you later.
Later, brother. Later. Appreciate Jay jumping on. Appreciate Drew Cody jumping on. Before I wrap this up, though, we got to give a quick shout out to the sponsors. I'm really upset this Fairway video is not playing. I don't know if it's not working on your guys' end, but I'm going to try once again at the end of this. So stay tuned just in case it does work. But before we wrap up, golfercbd.com. Check them out. Use promo code PPP10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. Bunch of different options they offer. You know, golfers choose their essential gear like clubs, balls, and apparel based on perceived advantages to their game. To ultimately save strokes. With these benefits, Golfer CBD is an essential part of a golfer's kit because it helps golfers maximize their most valuable tools, their bodies and minds. So make sure you check out golfercbd.com, promo code PPP15, or excuse me, PPP10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. Also, check out 420 Bliss, located at 740 Hoosick Road in Troy, New York, located in Walmart Plaza. Check them out online, 420-bliss.com, as well as their new app available in the App Store. We have just a little higher. Make sure when you're on there, you're checking the 420 location in Troy. And then Trouble Off the Tee, troubleofftetee.com, promo code RGB for 15% off site-wide, as well as promo code PUFF for a buy one, get one free on the polos. Stay tuned here. We're going to see if this fairway video plays for you guys.
Okay, guys. I'm going to tell you a little something about this weekend. I'm going to play golf. Old guy, 2 weeks in a row, shot the lowest score. Mark shot 83, I shot 82. Last week, JR, good friend, but shot 85. There again, shot 82. This is the 3rd week in a row, alright? Listen, there's a couple guys in here that aren't going to let that happen, alright? First of all, my buddy Hank, 70-year-old guy, he is not going to let that happen. Hank's going to come to the golf course this weekend and show just how good he's going to play, which is probably going to be really good. Alright? Second of all, JR is not going to let an old guy from the gold tees kick his ass 3 weeks in a row. Well, I think JR, good luck, man. You know what's going to happen with the old guys. Alright. Mark the Wire. Mark the Wire is going to bring that old fucking putter back. Alright? He's going to be dumped out of a party, and he's going to bring his old putter back. And then we're going to see how fucking good a putter he's going to be. So I figured, Mark the Wire, he's going to come play. Mark Parisi, if he can keep the fucking ball off the street or hitting kids on the playground and shit, he might have a shot. He had to bring that a little bit better than that 83 that he shot 2 weeks ago. But last of all, I'm going to tell you about this fucking guy. One fucking really good story. Alright? Now look, everybody is sick and tired of listening to Rgb saying, I can't get off the fucking tee. I can't get off the fucking tee. He goes, whatever my fucking score is, right? I get a shot better if I can get off the fucking tee. A couple weeks ago, me and fucking Roger, Hank, and Mark are playing together. And fucking Rgb hits the ball. He turns around and he says to fucking Mark the Wire, he goes, Mark, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Can't hit the fucking ball at the tee. Rgb was sick of hearing about that fucking shit every time he go to fucking tee box. So he gets in any other fucking day. Me and him were playing. He gets the first fucking hole. Where did he put it? Way in the fucking bushes on the right. And once he turned around and said, I can't get off the fucking tee. I was sick and tired of listening to that and so did everybody else. So what's he do? He gets on the 3rd hole. Hits the fucking ball, goes up on the tee box on 4. I'm on top of the fucking hill. Jesus Christ. Can't get off the fucking tee. Now this is the 3rd time. So he gets up on 4 and he hits the fucking ball. And it goes about 20 yards right in the fucking prickle bush. And where did he go? He was going to go find it. But anyway, he didn't fucking find it. So he's going to hit another ball. So he hits the second fucking ball and it goes down the fucking gully, right? So he comes around the fucking corner and he says to these 4 kids that are walking up the fairway, he goes, hey, did you see my ball? And the fucking kid turns around and he points down. Yeah, I see it. It's way down there. Well, gets sick and tired of this. So he says, listen, Rgb is like my son Brenton. Sometimes it just goes in this ear and it comes right out the other fucking ear. I don't know why sometimes they ask you. They ask you, you tell them what I say. They fucking do whatever they want to do. So, I says to Rgb, I says, listen, you're coming down too fucking steep with your driver. Your plane is too fucking high when you come down. I said, you gotta lower your plane. Lower your fucking driver down a little bit more. Really get it down a little bit more. Don't come in so fucking steep. So what does he do? We get all done with 4. And some particular reason why it's stuck in his brain. Jesus Christ, maybe fucking Fairway's right. I gotta go try this. So he get in the car and he goes, listen, I gotta go back. I gotta hit some more balls. Driving off the tee. I go, what? He goes, I want to go down and hit some more balls off the tee. Okay? We go down there and fucking hit some more balls. First ball it fucking hits. It goes down by the fucking... The last time I seen it, it went down by the fucking tree. Right off the fucking green on 4. Right? So he says, I gotta hit another one. So he hits a fucking another one. It goes 20 yards off the fucking green. So now he's got this shit all straightened out, right? Now, listen, I played 18 holes with that motherfucker, right? 18 holes. I won 1 fucking hole. So by the end, I owed fucking him $7. So what does he do? He takes my $7 after I won 1 fucking hole and I helped him out with his driver. So now, you don't have to listen to anymore. I can't get off the fucking team. I can't get off the fucking team. So, listen, I'm going to wish you guys a lot of luck on Sunday and let the old fucking guy get 3 fucking weeks kicking your fucking ass. Now, look, if I can do that 3 fucking weeks in a row, Mark the Wire out to give me a fucking trophy with my fucking name on it in the year I fucking did it. That's what I'm thinking. Best of all, I gotta do this fucking shit with fucking Anthony on the other side of the cart. Now that deserves a fucking trophy in itself. I think I'm gonna have a great time with Anthony, and I think I'm gonna play my fucking ass off. And I hope you guys come play some fucking golf this week. Alright? Check me later, man.